Alright, it's time for let's go over the session notes from last session. You've arrived in Tolstad via waking up in a morgue. You've picked up a goblin psychic, and now, well, you need to focus on the actual job, the tea shop that blew up. Yet again, we still haven't done that. First of all, you still need to get inside. The entrance is in the middle of the big open outside area. If you find yourself getting stuck, there's probably some other ways of getting inside. I have a theory as to how we can do that. Beyond that, you've gone to you got the owner to track down. From what you've heard about this guy, he could have already left the city, although maybe if you're lucky, you can catch him before he hops onto the next ship down on Water Lane. Don't think we're going to be doing that. It's been a whole day. But nothing so far has given you any decisive evidence. Everything about this stinks. I'm not meant to turn blue off. I don't. That sounds like a goading statement.
Oh, don't worry. Cass could never turn me off.
Fair. I do have an empty feat slot, actually. I could do a new questing tree. If I can remember how to do basic navigation of the menus. Oh no, I can't. I've internalized all my feats. I do like that they've done the fort cabinet in terms of feats. That is a very clever way of doing it. I'm skipping this because we did this last time. There we go.
Yep.
Look at the marking that says Founding of Norvik. The calendar says 468 Arcane. The Arcane era was 511 years. Since it is currently the 27th year of the post-war era, that means Norvik was founded 70 years ago. It probably will not reach 100. Okay, that's all for now, calendar. That's what we missed from that one thing.
Thank you, calendar.
Everything else was very long and told us lots of history, so I did not expect it to be a tiny amount.
That shall have the calendar, the date, and that is all.
Pile of books on the topic of theology and history. And also, the Bless Scroll. I've memorized Bless.
Ooh.
How does Bless function in this? It functions as guidance. First level enchantment. Casting time 1 action. Divine. 30 feet. Verbal, somatic, and material. Sprinkling of river water. Concentration up to 1 hour. You bless yourself with divine guidance for the duration. You will add 1d4 to all ability checks. That makes sense. You don't have saving throws in this game. So why would you need something that would help you improve your saving throws? I'm probably going to have that, because that could be useful. Bless you. Sorry if you didn't hear anyone sneeze. I did, so I blessed them.
I did as well.
There you go. There are 3 books of interest in this pile. They appear worn and broken. Oh, hold on. I completely forgot to do my usual disclaimer for if anyone else randomly joins and it's like, why are you talking about politics? It's because this game is political. There you go. That's a paraphrased version of it. Open Beyond Reeds by Meridoc Moonwatch. For a moment there, I thought I said Murdoch. You open it, hoping for an interesting take on coastal travel. Instead, you are immediately met by a pop travel guide. Oh no. It's written by the famous freestrider Meridoc Moonwatch, a trade prince of the Free Cities. Trade prince, a title afforded by the free cities for the executives within the high corporations, essentially one of the big players who run the show in reads. High corporations? High corporations, a series of trade companies that help spread the free strider ideals across the coast. There are about a dozen of them currently, each run by a trade prince. The introduction is styled as a personal note to the reader. Moonwatch uses a very casual language to convince you of his expertise. Moonwatch, the name of a high corporation in Thousand Reeds, one of the largest industrial conglomerates across the coast. It's also filled with free strider propaganda. It's only propaganda if you disagree with it. That is actually true. That's at least this helps spread free strider movement across the coast. I can't read this shit. Okay, so I either have to agree with democracy and capitalism or not. I've kind of established myself as an Asgarist throughout. Interesting point that you say.
Propaganda. Propaganda. Sorry.
What was that?
You don't call you're not supposed to call our pamphlet propaganda. They're ours.
My opinion on propaganda is, regardless of the political spectrum that you align yourself with, propaganda is effective on you whether you realise it or not. That is the point of propaganda. It is supposed to affect you whether you are conscious of the fact that it is affecting you or not. We see propaganda in our faces every single day. Not necessarily about politics, but about lots of things. It's just a way of trying to convince you to believe in something by trying to compare it to something. So, for instance, toothpaste. With 9 out of 10 doctors agree that this is fantastic for you. A dentist, I don't think a doctor, you'd give a shit about a doctor's opinion when it comes to your teeth. But a dentist, 9 out of 10 dentists agree with this, which makes it sound like it's a really interesting option. But they might have only asked, they probably asked 10 dentists and they knew none of them would agree with them. So, it is how you present the information. Read any newspaper from various different political institutions. I'm just thinking of like The Guardian and The Sun. You can read the same stories and you can see two very different opinions on the same thing that is happening. Ultimately, when it comes, and I would probably, depending on whether they're trying to say something, it's probably propaganda. It's up to you to decide what you want to read. My opinion is you should probably read both and try and come to an opinion between them, and find which one that you most align with. But that's just me. Just remember to always look at things with a critical eye. Just in all aspects is a good plan.
I would also note that I doubt that they asked any dentists. I don't know exactly what the process is, but the fact that it is always 9 out of 10 dentists, I imagine that it is a 9 and not a 10 for legal reasons, and it probably isn't a statement that needs justifying. Ultimately, that's why you get a lot of things on food packaging. It's like, oh, they can just say that. They don't need to prove it. Meanwhile, you've also got stickers that are on packaging that they have to prove, and those are the ones that matter.
Yeah, exactly. Look for the information that tells you the factual information. That's usually the best way to go about it. If you can't find a source for something, if somebody is trying to quote a source, or somebody say that you do find out what those 9 out of 10 dentists were asked, try and find out what they were asked, or the source of it. I'm just using toothpaste as an example, but in all things. I can't read this shit. No, you cannot. This is trite. So I should close it. Yeah, it might be for the best. Close the tome. You put the book back in the pile. Open Humans, A Brief History. A history book by Scholar? Tim Alamikian? Smart as an official goods of Bronze Banner University. It was printed here in Norfolk on the last year of the Arcane Era, 511. Bronze Banner University, the largest public scholarly facility in Norfolk, supported by the state and often the location of political upheaval these days due to student protests. This is 28 years ago. Don't I know this history already? The book does not have an option. Skim through it. The first chapters regale the story of humans entering Jaw, along with various origins that have been discovered. Most humans who arrived in Old Dominion War came as dragon servants during the later stages of the Fade era. Although the book also goes into the modern refocus on attempting to avoid the clear anti-dragon biases that infused all historical documents on the topic, humans were brought to Jaw from various outer worlds as workers, fodder, soldiers, and worshippers. Some were made to live in a glorified internment camps, some lived as loyal subjects in royal halls. The stories of early human existence on Jaw are as varied as those of today. We were slaves, yes, but each dragon was a different master. It then spends a full chapter going over the draconic civil war during the Divine Era and the resulting rise of the Dugdulin Dim. Skip ahead. You arrive at the Coast War. Its destructive quality impacted human civilization as much as it did the coast itself. I don't know what this means. I should probably know this as somebody that studied English. What does sick mean? Do you know, Blue?
Oh shit! I should know. That might be. I'm going to double check before I
see
speak.
it a lot, but I never really thought about what it means.
Sick means it is the Latin term for thus or so.
Oh.
So it's effectively like a thus. Sic is short for sic errata scriptum, or thus it was written.
Oh, interesting. The more you know. I've always just skipped it over in my head whenever I've read something. In short, as the Arcanists rose to even greater power, humans journeyed in Old Dominion during the Great Consolidation. An offer of power and wealth to all men, no matter your background, was attractive, to say the least. It was a sick-ass explosion.
It was an ass explosion? Sorry, I read over it.
At its end, approximately 90% of all humans were wiped out. Only a few clusters of offshoot communities survived the onslaught. The book contained a solemn list of those human cultures that were fully destroyed in various curses, void bombs, and intra-human genocides. Stare at the list, then move on. In its final chapters, the book switches topic to instead focus on the various humans who are still identified as unique phenotypes within the human folk type. Some smaller groups across the coast have no clear lineage to draconic slavery, but whether that is due to some other origin is unknown. Those who survived the Great Coast War. Holy law. Here we go. Check the chapter on the Landbois. Agrarian humans of Volgani, many formed entire cities on the floating hills and are known for their shamanistic cultural practices and great primal spellcasters. They are described in the books as tall, having intermingled with the local giants, with either white or black hair, prominent nasal features, and a distinct tanned, freckled skin. Their stereotype is, a Volgini farmer is either going to be the most beautiful person you've ever seen in your life, or the most horrendous troll-looking ass. No in-betweens. A major portion of the Lambois were forcibly drafted during the late stage of the Coast War, and it destroyed their demographic, despite the war itself never reaching their far inland country. Today, they are slowly recovering and are on the fence between industrialization or keeping to their agrarian roots. Check out the Yanzu. Known as the greatest human warriors of the Fade Era, these humans were known to inhabit both Divini Torum and parts of northern Ascani during their service to the Red Dragon Yusuf, also known as Men of Fire and River. Although the book laments about the lost spelling of their original name, which seems to originate in the same tongue as the Alfolk of Divini Torum. During the Great Consolidation, all these humans either left their original homes or were forced out by celestials, dwarves, elves, trolls, and more. They are described in the book as short and dark-haired with various skin hues. Historical documents seem to indicate that those of Fire and those of River were two entirely separate people who have been clumped together over time due to their similar facial features, although records indicate the two might come from entirely different origin worlds. They are sometimes derogatorily called the Dwarves of Reeds, as their masterful craftsmanship is unrivaled among the ashes of the Coast War, and they're kind of short. It's interesting, right? They're now, I mean, you kind of get this within D&D anyway, but they're now clearly defining humans it kind of gets into the race situation a little bit when it comes to D&D, that technically they should be considered like species, more so than races. But they're clearly trying to say like these are completely different humans from each other by the sounds of it, not necessarily culturally. Pale, generally brown-haired and tall humans whom the books make very clear... Oh, sorry, the Earthfolk. That's us. Make clear we're a very tiny minority among the many people of Old Dominion. They originally appeared to have served a dragon named Bellum, but no historical sources of that name beyond the oral tradition of the tribe itself. The only thing that makes the Earthfolk unique in their expertise of shipbuilding and their choice to flee their homeland before a curse bomb ruined it forever. These people then went west and conquered Ascani thanks to their god Earth, which the book does not go into detail about and instead points towards many other sources. Today, Earthfolk account for to around a quarter of the entire human population on Jaw. I wonder if the Goblin Dragon is in any way like an ancient dragon. Maybe they were like... They kind of had a group of like slave caste humans, and maybe that's... It's interesting that they're not just out... Well, I suppose it wouldn't be popular to be a dragon if, you know, they killed loads of... They did mass genocide.
Yeah. Perhaps not.
But it's interesting as to what that dragon's motivation might be, considering the history. The Aberlindi, sometimes called the Blades of Blood City Bay, these humans live across the White Plains and sands deep inland in Feltyre. They are rare to find among the coast and are described as looking similar to the people of the mountain, dark-skinned and stout, with clearly red eyes and broad noses. Famously, they run several of the greatest forges on the coast, having earned them a name through many of Feltyre's most dire conflicts, purely as arms dealers. The chapter explains how their expertise with guns, especially brought them notoriety during the Coast War, until the Powder Curse, that is. The Diminuorians. The pale, dark-haired and stereotypically gaunt humans who served the great mad drake Algamoth within the plains of Inner Dominion. They spawn many of the original Arcanists and make up large population of the surviving Redian human population. I'm gonna make a guess. That's our Lich. Our Lich is from here.
Oh.
They have described them as pale as well before. I mean, that just comes from Lichness. But they're clearly doing some kind of presentation of what they look like. And I feel that makes sense. It's almost very similar to the way they described the Lich guy, whose name I'm really bad with names, but that guy.
It begins with a V or something, I'm not sure.
If someone says that human looks Redian, they usually refer to pale skin and black hair. Imagine this skin. That is your typical Dominiorian. Oh, that is him.
There you go. That is him. Well, that makes me think less.
The common language of man spread across the coast during the Arcane Era to become the lingua dominus in trade and politics. Check the chapter on Twailona, a small religious human people who thrive within the heartlands of Hazy. They are sometimes called the Great Human Hunters. While few in number due to their constant struggle against demonic forces, as all people of Hazy are prone to do, the Twailona live within a sacred spire on the eastern Grand Mesa. They are described as tanned, tall, and famously naturally attuned with the primal forces. Some compare them with the agrarian Landbois, but sources indicate they are very different in both origin and cultural practice. People of the Mountain. They are followers of the Great Golden Horde, a vast group of humans who live upon the Holy Mountain. Holy Mountain, a short name for the singular infinite mountain set along the coast in Divani Torim, one of the natural wonders, world wonders, or whatever. While secretively they have been less isolated during the last decades of celestial expansion, and can today be found on rare occasions in various cities across the coast. They are described as dark-skinned, with black or white hair, and eyes that indicate their positions of hierarchy among their kind. No pupil means they are an attendant, glowing eyes means a gate lord, and dark eyes indicate that they hold a lower placement upon the slope. Whatever that means. Like the Valerians in Game of Thrones. because they all have purple eyes, and everyone's like, "Oh, that's super cool. You have purple eyes." And then they didn't put it in the TV show. Check the chapter on the certs. Typically stout and red-haired humans who survived the Great Tizareldanor in Western Diminuor. Most famously, both Calum Diminuori and Doug Duglin Dim originate from this culture. The book also mentions that this phenotype could be found in most surviving human populations along the coast today, due to their prominence in the early Arcane era. You've probably got some cert blood in you. Check the chapter on the Japanese. Huh? And almost mythic human peoples of the secret realm of Yim, the so-called Japanese, have been a popular topic of fiction since their discovery in the early Arcane era. Japanese, the mysterious human people of Yim who live in an isolated kingdom upon Great Platus, deep inland. You too were swept up in samurai phrase during your early years. The book explains how rare it is to see one of these fabled ambassadors travel across the coast, but so far, due to the magically isolated nature of their kingdom, not much is known of their nature. That has law implications. Are these Japanese people from Earth?
Wait, hold on. Are they just isekai? Is that the joke?
Is it a joke? As in, like, oh, they made a samurai people and they couldn't come up with a name for them, so they just called them Japanese.
No, I choose to believe that that's an isekai joke.
We will never know until we find out. Open Earth and Toll founders. You find that the book has been unfortunately ruined by moisture at some point, but some of it is still readable. Skim through the ruined pages. The general gist you get is, Earth is born in Old Diminuor. He saves his people from a curse bomb. They flee their ruined land to Ascani. Earth with his brother Toll and a long list of helpers, including dwarves and many other, destroy the evil troll empire and conquer their city. Toll, Earth's brother and mystical explorer of Ascan, founded several towns along River Torna, and famously never returned from his expedition to the Infinite Wastes. Was this written by Weebs? Possibly. There's a mention of Borgo Darrow, the first paladin of Earth, with a quick summary of his life. He founded the Earth Guard. He began the illustrious bloodline of House Darrow. That's our boss. He was known for his vow to never succumb to any wounds in battle, and ironically he died of a heart attack at age 40. Not that guy, but that bloodline our boss is from that bloodline. You also spot the name Cran on one page, talking about how the Goblin Warrior's service to Earth, how he joined during the Goblin Wars. Considering how it does not mention any Goblin genocide, it is most likely a very old book. That's the first half. The second half is all about how they built Norvik. Though you can't see when the book was published due to the immense damage to the paper, you do notice how it ends, not with Earth's death, but with the leaving of Toll. No one knows for sure why, but Toll ended up leaving to go on an expedition to the Endless Wastes, far inland. And he never returned. Close the tab. I'm done here. Makes sense, Angel would have old books.
Yeah.
Bye, Angel. Let me remind myself of your name. Ete. Thought that said John Strings then, rather than Jaws Strings. That John Ebb.
Strings.
Fresh apples, most of them. 7 apples? Hell yeah. There's a snail statue. I see there are apples up there, and I see a branch. Behold, the magistrate's apple tree is broken. A branch from the majestic apple tree in the magistrate's yard. Seen anything suspicious lately? The tree does not respond. If you think truly this tree knows something, you should get in touch with the primal magics.
Who are you voting for in the election?
I'm not damaged yet. I'll wait for that to heal me.
Wait, is that actually a question you can ask?
Not here, but
No.
in general. I wouldn't put it past it. How do I reach these apples on the roof? You would have to use Mage Hand, of course. In In order to procure, make sure to dive through every source of esoteric knowledge you can find on this forsaken island fortress. Or I could just climb the branches. Goodbye, tree. Well, first of all, I would take off this. Anything here low my strength? No. This ups my strength, but only by 1. This also ups my strength. I could hold the resistance note just there. There you go. Yeah, let's stack the deck. A sign of humanity's greatest ability to grow and nurture the natural world. The tree was most likely a gift from Lady Sageleaf. Climb the tree. That was a nat 1. You grab the branches and attempt to heave yourself. You heave, yet you do not hoe. Though despite the rough landing, you still, in a sense, make it. Ouch. This feels like a fox and or grapes type of situation. Well, I mean, we can immediately eat the apple. If I can figure out how to use menus properly. There we go. There you go, we're fine. See, it's fine. Worth it. Even though I failed the row. I do sense a problem here, though. Branch from the majestic apple tree in the magistrate's yard. I have to climb it down. Seen anything suspicious lately? The tree does not respond. Yep, I didn't think so. There we go. I got it. I got it just over. We're heaving a hoe. You make it. Lovely. Right, let's now drop these again because I don't want to have these on. Do I want to have any of them on? Yes, I'd rather have this because that does up my Constitution and Wisdom. Should have asked the apple about the election. Oh, why didn't I think of that?
Yes, it's gone now.
Damn. And that would be completely undoing what I did. So let's not do that. I could read this. Page of hard-to-read text titled A Gnome Starter Guide to Esoteric Memorization. You hold up the paper, finding it to actually be a torn-out page of a book. The name in the margin suggests the book is called A Gnome Starter Guide to Esoteric Memorization. Read it, it's quite lengthy. The first step to understanding esoteric memorization is understanding the underlying powers at play. Jaw's strings stretch across his coast, visible to the eye yet connected to all living and all things living and dead. A spell is simply a set of rules you must follow in order to manipulate those strings into an esoteric effect. Yet those rules are themselves esoteric in nature. As such, most wizards will find it impossible to remember more than a handful of spells at a time. Keep reading. I might get a spell by the end of this, so... this is the big divide between cantrips and actual spells, as cantrips are both easy to remember and will not consume a spell slot. Spell slots are the common representation of how many spells of each spell level a caster is able to perform without rest. As a gnome, you are naturally gifted in the art of illusion magic. Other schools will be more difficult to memorize. At this point, we can tell who wins the election. We're basically asking every voter. Exactly. If we can figure it out, we can track it down. We can get ahead of the curve.
You're just that impatient. Or are you hoping for a GLEP situation where, like, you're the deciding vote?
Exactly. I need to make sure that everyone else He's voting in such a way that I can manipulate them into making it completely even, so I can come in at the last moment and guarantee my whoever's victory.
Ah, the Marnie strat.
Yes. Well, yeah, you're the pearl checker. You're the one that's counting, exactly. A suggested harmless spell to use in training is the first spell, Grease. Not necessarily harmless. To increase your chances of memorization, attempt to cast it at least 2 times per day. In the margins, there's a handwritten note that you managed to spot. It's written hastily and bold, like the author really wanted to hype themselves up. It says, "Every evening and every lunch break at work. Remember, you can do it." Poor, poor gnome. An esoteric mishap. Magic is a blade without a handle and so on. Indeed, grease is a dangerous spell. Intensely dangerous. A greasy ending went out like he went in. Learn the spell. You hopefully memorized the piece of paper. That's something at least. I guess I now have grease. I do.
Yeah.
Slick grease covers the ground in a 10-foot square covered centered on a point within range, and it turns into a low-friction, difficult terrain for the duration. Got a plan for grease. If that guy's still down there, gonna cast grease on the bridge, get him to fall over and fall off the bridge. Therefore, I don't have to fight him because I'm so weak. Time to bet all our money on the winner of this election. I could go back into the Darrow House, see if they've got anything else to say. I don't see why not. Oh wait, I can't. They're closed. Unless... Nope, they literally won't let me... I think that was the house. It says Darrow House.
Does say Darrow House.
Man in yellow. You sir, were you on the roof the other night? Tell me, citizen. There was someone over here last time, but they're not here anymore. But there was someone there last night. I heard the noise of. There is interaction. Or not, I guess. Cozy spot. Worth it. We must explore every corner. Hello, citizens. Don't mind me. Okay, I reckon we can get to the tea shop from the city down below. Oh, there's a guy down there. There's a helmet there as well. Distraction. Oh. Behold. A Yugi Karagar vendor. Behold. Halfling, Stormblood, level 2 entrepreneur. Skilled merchant, businesswoman, halfling entrepreneur. Man, you could learn a shit ton from someone like her. Her goods are procured from all over the coast. Her goal, the journey itself, and of course to herald the power of the capital. She's damn good at it. Cargomesh is on the other side of the world. It's an opposite to Ascani and a mirror. In their dry, we have wet. In their warm, we have cold. She'll gladly tell you all about it on a surface level. She's not here to make friends, not really, or at least not yet.
She's another one where her alignment is hidden from you.
Oh, probably a vendor. Wait, what? It is. For a TC20 as well. Well, that's a good point. I cast Detect Alignment. True neutral.
True neutral.
Damn.
Well, that makes sense.
That's not true. Hold on, wait. The whole conversation between me and the philosopher was that there is no truly true neutral option. So no one can truly be true neutral unless they're born true neutral and then they move. So unless this person has made no decisions in their life. That's interesting. That's actually more interesting than I thought.
I wonder who they're voting for in the election.
I genuinely do wonder who they're voting for in the election. A ring of spent wishes.
That's a fucking Kelsadar ass magic item.
Does give you +2 charisma though, so it's not useless. Do you want this one?
Yeah, I can. Beneath the shadow of the gnarly statue sits a girl wrapped in. Oh, actually, beneath the shadow of a gnarly statue sits a girl wrapped in colourful garments.
I wonder what kind of voice you're going to do.
I wonder what kind of voice I'm going to do. She's covered in some sort of hat, which has an attached veil covering her face. Don't think it is. On the ground around her, upon a fancy rug, you see an assortment of strange trinkets. Some of them have quite potent esoteric auras.
She tries to say something, but is clearly unable to due to her heavy layer of insulation. Sorry?
She lifts up a small arm from underneath the layers, ripping the face mask off from her face. I said, gods, it's so cold here.
You see how her skin has a faint blue tint? Yes, I do. That, along with her small figure, makes it obvious to you. She is a halfling. You carry that thing around?
Would that impress you? She taps the statue behind her with an evil grin. Let me introduce us formally. This here behind me is my guardian. Cruel winged cruelty. Flying evil, something like that. I call him Failure.
A gargoyle. Earth elemental. Terribly powerful. You got a I thought that's her boyfriend then. You got a gargoyle bodyguard?
Yes, quite fancy, isn't it? As for me, I'm Oracle, the travelling wind. She who brings which tingles around the coast, from band to band.
Her voice carries in a wonderful exotic tonal melody.
My services are available to you, if you have the coin.
Which is Irish or Scottish? No, I cannot tell which.
I don't believe it's Scottish.
If you're selling something useful, then.
Always, warrior, always. Though I'm still getting used to this. What do you call it? Crown, yes. Give me your crown, and you shall have great treasures. No dungeoneering required.
She speaks strangely somewhat. It's like she knows the language perfectly, but the way she talks is off. Ah, of course. She's under the effect of tongues.
What do you say, warrior? Make my time worth it, here in the cold.
If it works like tongues normally does, then probably the gargoyle is speaking to us through her? How does tongues usually work? It's just something you can cast on something that sends a message through, doesn't it?
Tongues is something that you can cast on yourself or another person. I No, it works on yourself. That basically just translates the literal meaning of the words that you say.
Oh, I misunderstood what tongues was then. I'm thinking of magic mouth.
You are.
Let me... Oh, maybe I can get a
Means
discount.
she cannot speak your
What are you
language.
voting in the election?
What are you
Private
voting?
wares.
Great. What can I interest you in, for example? She pulls out a yellow scroll from her chest. This here's a scroll of comprehend languages. Handy if you need to decipher some ancient texts or speak with a foreigner.
I do have 243 crowns. Oh, the helmet is 300 crowns. I really want it. I also want comprehend languages. Because I know somewhere I can use that. I'll get comprehend languages for now. How close am I to leveling up? Maybe I come back to them after I level up and then I'll get a better haggle because I might improve my charisma. I can't access my stats right now.
Are you trying to figure out how to scam me?
No, I'm just ascertaining my options. You know about leveling up, don't you?
I am level 2. I also don't know what CR gargoyle is, but I imagine that might be something worthwhile me knowing.
I need that scroll of comprehend languages. I need it.
I would assume so, at such a great price. I apologize if the handwriting's a bit rough. I got it from a gnomish gentleman in Vogini. A pixie dust fiend of a man.
That's right, I learnt it instantly.
That's a mighty fine trick, yeah.
So you have a license to sell wares here?
Yes, approved by the forenoon. Or approved this forenoon. Not the best bureaucracy I've encountered around the coast, but certainly not the lowest.
That's mean. I'm not going to say that. That's a powerful spell you're using to speak my language.
It is. But don't worry, I'm not a great wizard. In this skin picture, oh right, what do you call it here? You have a specific term for it.
Some words do not appear to translate properly.
She taps her lips and looks at you.
Skin picture. Tattoo? An esoteric tattoo?
Ooh, that's the one. I paid a lot for it in Hazy. Fun fact, the inking is actually performed by a mummified frog woman.
And Anura. They are Anseplian people, beasts of jaw. Oh yes, a Frenchman.
The French.
Anseplian. Old diminutive term, meaning before the closing of the gates, used to refer to those who lived before the end of the Great Era, exactly 227 years ago. Interesting dating. Interesting. That sounds interesting.
Sure does. Took 2 weeks before anything I ate didn't taste like corpse dust. But it was worth it.
Do you know about the tea shop?
She looks to her right. It is not in great condition.
True.
Anyway, I do not know much as to why it became this way. I arrived in the afternoon on the day it happened, you see.
Do you have proof of that?
Yes?
Oh, what kind of proof?
Speak with the goblins, they know. Or better yet, bring one of them to me. Good, I do not want to be implicated in some strange crime. Not after that time I was jailed in Joyful Frog Sleep.
That's a strange way to say the names of a big island port in Hazy's waters. In cat speech, it's supposed to be Salto del Sapo el Ger. So that statue, that elemental, can't cast Fireball then?
She makes a strange, playful oohing sound. Ooh. No, warrior. He can do much. He can do much harm, but no fire.
Squint. I could probably take him.
She gives you words, Matt. No, you cannot.
Have you heard anything about the tea shop?
That it exploded. Could see it too, but people tend not want to speak about it too much, from what I've noticed. Almost like it's none of their concern. Or all of their concern.
What's it like back in your homeland?
Her eyes look down. My home is not in the greatest shape, I'm afraid. Famine. There is strong inequality among the plains touched. Great warriors rage across the borders to fell Tyre. The gem princes hold monopolies at every port. The deep cities remain in a... She stops herself from ranting.
The halfling holds deep, troublesome feelings about leaving her home behind in such a state.
It's a wonderful place with wonderful folk. But I wish it would be more like place sometimes.
Ascan is full of conflict as well. It's the wild band after all.
True, but but just like the post-war Dominia, as in Reeds, there is a great order being established. One even triumphing the esoteric forces at work around the coast. I hope it spreads further.
That's all I wanted to ask.
Good, and good luck.
I really like that helmet up there. Why is it hanging on your statue, friend?
Oh, that's just a warning. Last adventurer who tried to steal from me left it behind. You can buy it if you want. If you dare.
Why do you call me warrior?
That is what you are, is it not? Might be a bad translation. Do you prefer Dreamweaver or perhaps Holy Boy?
I want to be a holy boy.
No. It is way too wrong on my end. I will stick with warrior.
But I want to be a holy boy. Tell me about yourself.
Oh, you want a deep dive?
Lay it on me.
Well, where to even begin? I've had many experiences in my travels. If it might lead you to purchase one of my items, then I will share.
How difficult is it to turn a profit with a business like this?
Surprisingly not very. I purchase where goods are cheap and sell them in places where they're less so. It works surprisingly well, as soon as I figured out the cheat.
Lena and Glamata, tell me more.
My little secret is... listening.
Oh?
Make sure to keep an eye out among traveller merchants. Sailors especially. They talk a lot when they get drunk. I met an Ascani native once in the port in Virginia. I think I think it was Listan. Over the course of an evening, I showed him 10 magic items and I priced each at an exorbitant level. Way more than I would have dreamed. I would ever dream of selling them for, since I got them for very little. He reacted like I was insane to each of them, except for when I showed him I showed him in a minor alchemy jug that could only produce cow's milk. And all of a sudden, he thought it was a great deal. I've made a fortune in my last few trips to Norvik, though a dozen of those drugs alone.
Do you come to Norvik often?
In the last year, a few times. It's been a very profitable route for me. But I'll be going further soon, since, well, I've yet to get my circumnavigation blessing. There we are, that's the word.
Is it really worth the trouble?
Probably not. She holds out her hand and creates a sparkling blue mist to appear above it. I already know prestidigitation, of course, so it's entirely for fun. A personal achievement, if you will.
Prestidigitation, a very convenient but difficult to master transmutation cantrip. It can do pretty much anything from heating tea or cleaning clothes to creating minor sensory effects or temporary objects. It's extremely versatile, and a talented user is able to wield it into even greater forms of usefulness.
So, we'll see when I get around to it. But I've heard how difficult it can be to pass Yim these days, so I'll be looking forward to the challenge. I've never been to Western Divinatorum, but either exciting.
How do you travel?
By ship, mostly exclusively. Sometimes I serve as a boat mage, joining vessels with much broader shipments with my little trinkets.
Boat.
Boat. But I've travelled a lot with unaligned sailors as well. It's usually a bit more fun that way, albeit more dangerous also. One time I joined the crew of Mar Pirates. I swear I was this close to being dinner sacrificed to the Naselfni in charge. But when I used the powerful wind transmutation to save the ship from sinking in a rough storm, all of a sudden I was a guest of honor. Wouldn't do it again though. Demons make for the worst pirates. All chaos and no fun.
What's your view on the clan lands trouble?
My views. She looks around her shoulder. Off the record?
Are you afraid of stating your opinions in the ebb?
Yes. But I'll say it anyhow. I am entirely sympathetic. The Frognet Commonwealth has been broken in half. Thousands subjugated into a hostile foreign invading nation. My people fought for their independence for decades. What I see here is a repeat of Kagamistan history, played out right now upon the Golden Line. We stand by our Ascani cousins.
Are you worried about celestial influence?
As a merchant, I can tell you firsthand that they're powerful. first hand of their power across the coast. Every port, every trade route, every company. They have some investments everywhere.
I too support clanland independence. Our halfling neighbours must be helped.
Good to hear. Warrior, good to hear.
But I want to be holy boy. Okay. I will be back later to ask you what you are voting in the election. Think about it. That's all for now. Thank you, merchant.
Okay, I already know, but fair enough.
Goodbye.
Sometimes I wonder if you're only using me for my healing.
I'm a kiosk kid.
True neutral.
Another true neutral. Maybe true neutral isn't too off. Maybe it just means person. Human, earthfolk. Kid working his arse off, getting that bread. He must be doing that optional weekend school. I think that's an image of Harry Dubois from Disco. What a man picks up snake and punches it. The modern man. Okay, I did snooze the mats, but we will start talking to this kid and then we'll move on.
Huh?
I'm happy to take this if you want a vocal break.
Go for it. Yeah, I'll take a bit of a vocal break.
Hello there, sir. The kid behind the counter taps a pile of newspapers. You a postie? Postie, a reader of the Norvakean Post. Postie, nickname for someone who reads the Norvakean Post. What the fuck did you just call me? What? Don't you read the... I'm asking... You scared the poor boy. Ah, yes. The Post. Yes, that is a good magazine. The kid looks distraught. Never mind. Welcome to Pillar Kiosk. How can I help you today, sir? He looks around. Do you want to buy something? Yes, I want to buy something, and also I have questions. Questions? About what? Cleric questions. Okay. He looks down the road. Not too much traffic lately, so sure. If my boss shows up, you gotta buy something, though. I could buy all of these. Would be a good use of my money. Do you know a Frank, son of Frank? No, not really. His eyes shot open for a split second. He's lying. Just look at his eyes move around like that. The kid likes money. Give him some and he'll sing. Maybe this will refresh your memory. Slide him around. The kid stares at it. Really? He means it as, are you really giving me that much money for silly information? Clear your throat and hand him 9 additional crowns. A tip. His eyes go wide. Then he gladly pockets the coins and gives you another smile. Thanks. No, this is a 0 DC. We will roll this after I run some ads. So we will be back in just a moment.
The tension! Will you make it?
Yes, cliffhangers. See you in a moment. Time to end that cliffhanger. Convince him to tell you with the power of social manipulation. Huh?
It'd be really funny if you somehow failed.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what happens if I roll a natural one. A DEHTT. Don't even have to try. The power of manipulation flows through you. It's an esoteric effect, really. But you know exactly what to tell this young lad. If there's anything else you need to, anything else you remember, the city needs to know, kid. Glare at him. Okay, maybe. Oh, there was one more thing. He's dragging this out, asshole. He enjoys the attention. I saw some dude with a big yellow backpack. That was earlier in the morning, but he stood out like a sore thumb. Plus, he bought a Free Strider magazine. A Free Strider magazine? Yeah, one of those open up the port zines bunch of bullcrap. The kid thinks about it. The fellow wasn't Earth folk. Fancy clothes covered in dirt. My guess would be a Reedsian merchant. Felt like he was trying to hold a low profile. What was the fake name? Frank, son of Frank. Guy was fucking with me. Interesting. Street kiosk kid swearing like a sailor. Did you see where he went? Yeah, down. Said he had an important meeting below, whatever that means. What did he look like? I don't know. Curly black hair, short beard. Stare at him. The kid thinks about it. The fellow wasn't Earth folk. Fancy clothes covered in dirt. My guess would be a Reedsian merchant. That's all information I've already told you. Felt like he was trying to keep a low profile. Did you get his name? I asked since he was so out of place. But he gave me a fake name and a thumbs up. The kid shakes his head. Ridiculous. Ask him. What's the fake name? Oh shit. Star Witness updated. Frank, son of Frank. Yep, and then we repeat the dialogue. Yep. Thank you for the information, citizen. No problem.
This kid is so confused as to why you just asked what the guy's name was after saying, like, asking him about Frank, son of Frank. Oh, have you seen a guy called Frank, son of Frank? Oh, yes, I have. What was his name?
Will I get anything from any of these? You know what? I want this. Oh, that's our last copy. You got lucky. Wait, did I just... Hold on. What? Citizen? Hold on. Yes. Never mind. That's very suspicious. Don't do that to people. That was... Oh, I bought Modern Man. Yes! Strength and Wisdom, an adventure design about men and manly activities, contains a number of blood-pumping stories, guides on the best Iskani dungeons, and just in general amazing tales of adventure. Any masculine dude would love to have this in their possession. The ideal beard length for dungeon delving.
Huh?
Hey, it's you again. Buying something? I want to buy Shivers and Shrieks, please. That's a good one. I read it last night. Super spooky. You'll love it. I'd like to buy the Norvacunian Post, please. Oh, so you are a postie. He quickly stammers out something as he hands over the newspaper. Sorry, I mean... Good choice. Most people choose the Post these days. I'd like to purchase news. News in Norvik coming up. News in Norvik, the second biggest newspaper in the city, Free Strider aligned, infamous for their gossip and lowbrow journalism. Look like there's some juicy gossip in this one. I'd like to buy To Tame a Dame for 20 crowns, please. Of course, here you go. Lots of men buy this one. I'd like to buy Hex Weekly for 20 crowns, please. Great choice. Women's magazines are really popular these days, even among men. What do you know about the tea shop, child? Except that it exploded? Stare at the boy. I was here, you know, saw with my own two eyes. Look over your shoulder towards the tea shop across the street. I heard it too. Definitely heard it. Walk me through it. Okay, I set up the kiosk at dawn. By noon, the morning rush had calmed down. I remember the bike rack was full. Water lane workers mostly commute on the new bridge and flotilla, but the halfway bridge does see a fair share of bikers every day and night. But by noon, it was pretty dead, which is great. Less work for me. Also, no dead in the streets. That too, sure. I hid in the back, thought it was a, you know, attack. He's implying political motivation. How loud was it? Super loud. And shaky too. I almost fell over. What about the fire? I felt the heat, even all the way over here. I was like... The kid gestures a large sphere for you. Really weird fire, then... He mutters, shrinking the size of his imagined sphere. Weird. Gone in an instant. Weird fire. Yeah, it was like it's gonna sound really weird. Lean in and say, I like weird. It was blue. Blue? You blew up the tea shop?
No.
Blue fire indicates extreme temperatures. Only for a split second. When I looked again, the whole building was on fire, but it was normal looking fire. So I might have just imagined it. Did the fire speak to you? He stares at you. Like a conversation? Yes, like right now. No. I don't know. I don't know what that would be like. Did you see anyone suspicious? Not really. Just the normal types. A goblin was arguing with a human by the temple. Just some mild shouting about some business thing. Otherwise, pretty dead around noon here usually. Anything else you noticed? Yeah. Sure, I did see Mr. Drummer. He's the owner of the tea shop, former tea shop. Usually the tea shop opens in the afternoon on work days, so it's not weird to see him walking about all day. Chatty fellow, buys a lot of newspapers. Where was he going? Don't know. Saw him leaving the tea shop right before noon. Right before noon. Yeah, right before the massive explosion occurred. The kid clicks his tongue. Well, when you put it like that... Look, I don't know where Mr. Drummer is or where he went. Just saw him rushing down the stairs. Guessing headed for Water Lane like everyone does. Did anyone enter or leave the tea shop? No, just Mr. Drummer, he says, confidence in his voice. It was a boring day, so pretty much just people watched all morning. Mr. Drummer was the only one I saw leaving the tea shop all day. Well, until the explosion. Did you see him enter? Actually no. I never saw him enter that morning, so I guess he must have slept there or entered before dawn. And no one else entered all morning. Not a soul. Usually not too many people there in the morning. Oh, Jesus Christ. Whoever that is. Oh. Forenoon. That's a good word. I like that. People should say that more often. Feels very Norvokian. Yeah. I saw it in the Asgard newspaper once. They like using dwarvish words like that. Then my brother doesn't want me reading those copper papers. Keep reading Asgard contact, kid. Don't listen to your brother. He's probably a fascist. The kid nods along. Anyway, about the tea shop owner. Yeah? Did Drummer act strangely when he left? Just in a hurry, maybe. Saw him shuffle towards the stairs to Circle Square, probably heading down to Water Lane. Why Water Lane? It's the only place to go. Either that or the Goblin Gardens or City Below. Cast Bless on gas. Are you sure you saw him? I don't think Mr. Drummer is a City Below type of bird. Absolutely, no doubt, he trails off, muttering to himself. He went downstairs to Pillar Crossing. That's all I ever saw. He's trying his best to remember. Been going over it in my head. Pretty, shocking stuff. Just a kid. Shouldn't have to deal with such terrible things. What can you tell me about the owner of the tea shop? Mr. Drummer's a customer. Seems nice enough for a bird folk. A passively racist comment. I've heard he hangs out at the Sphinx a lot, and that he's got connections with all sort of folks. All sort of folks? Politically. Asgard's use the tea shop a lot. I've got some buddies involved in that scene. That's all about the tea shop. Alright. About the owner of this kiosk. Oh, my boss. Thalsos. He's a pretty nice merman. What do you want to know? Your boss is a merman? Yeah, he's in the river a lot. Likes fishing. What does he do around here? He stocks the stall, usually, really early in the morning. Beyond that, I think he just does other stuff. He owns a bunch of properties around the city, so he's usually pretty busy. Can I speak with him? I guess he's not, talkative, but he usually fishes beyond the kiosk in the afternoons. That's his only break from work, I think. But don't tell him I told you. What does he pay you? Get about £5 an hour. That's a really good salary for someone my age. It's a decent salary, good work, kid. Thanks. My brother taught me to negotiate. Oh, As long as you feel like you are selling your labour at a fair price, just remember to stay vigilant. Sure. I don't really know what that means, but yes, absolutely. He's trying to avoid the subject, to not cause you to become more aggressive. Got some other things I want to ask. Right. Can you tell me the news? The boy stares at you. He's thinking of how to explain this to you. So here's the thing. We sell newspapers here. If I just tell you the news, we won't get any money. Are you a partial owner in this business? No. The kid is making an enormous profit for his boss each day, probably. But you are an employee, which gives you a stake in the business surviving. Yeah, exactly. Citizen? I've done my good work today, harassing a child.
The noblest of work.
The noblest of works. Shivers and shrieks. My family has been replaced by undead bunnies. A tasteless horror magazine filled with short stories. They're not that spooky, but the imagery helps steal you. It makes your stomach less churny. Norvikian Post. The youth more troublesome than ever. Student protests continue. City under siege. Orb. I love the Orb. The biggest paper in the city, released daily with local versions in 3 inland river towns, well respected and usually aligned with Earthfolk interests. Running up to the election, the Post has mostly been focused on the various protests, as well as keeping tabs on the various parties in a seemingly neutral tone. The news in Norvik. Pest Control Guild, Mimic Mishap. Apartment complex in shambles. It didn't look like normal furniture. Potions. The city's second most read newspaper, known for its controversial and gossip-like brand of journalism. Recently, every issue focused on the Asgard student riots. To tame a Dane, the Omega Male, 5 signs you are one. Swamp Must to make you irresistible. A magazine aimed at teaching men how to attract and woo women. It's very popular partly due to the pin-up artwork. You probably shouldn't take too much inspiration from it. Hex Weekly. Dark Witch vs. Vampire? 5 aesthetic differences. Hex Weekly is one of those really old magazines that survived through the Coast War. It focuses on the home, family, and lives of women, providing them with healthy advice and hints on how to feel good at any age. You don't get much out of it, honestly, except maybe a better understanding of the female perspective. Just look at it makes you feel a bit emasculated. I could lower my strength to 3. But I would up my wisdom. There's no point me upping my charisma. Unless I can get 2 charisma. Which I could do. I'd have to drop one of these. This would lower my intelligence. What's my intelligence on? It's on an uneven number, but I do like advantage in esoteric events. However, statistically, it's not a good option. I'm going to put it away for a bit. I'm going to put the sending stone on instead. +1 wisdom, +1 charisma. So that's 18 wisdom, 17 charisma. 12. And then if I... Could just hold the post in my hands for more charisma.
Yes, I read.
I read. I've read the news, I've got all the gossip. There we go. +6, +4, +1, -1, +3, -2. Not too bad. Awful in combat. It's the imp! I love this guy. Let's see if I can behold something new. No. That was worse. This is Braxo, Pencilwing. Hello again, Cleric. Can I help you? It's not exactly happy to speak with you, but he is happy to gain your favour. You have a dark aura around you. Yeah, that happens. Wait, are you evil? He nods his little head. Sure as hell. The devil says that very casually, probably because he is a devil. Wish you could be as cool as him. You could arrest his little bastard. It'd be difficult since he could just fly away. What made you decide to be evil? The devil grins at you. It was a dark and stormy night. It came to me in a dream. The ghost of Gorgorian himself appeared before me, wearing an orcish bone gown. He said, "You are evil, my child." And I said, "Yes, Papa," right away. It's a long and drawn out joke at your expense. Kind of funny in an evil way. Is this true? His smile disappears. No, of course not. Look, I didn't decide to be evil. I'm a devil. It's what we do. He shakes his little claws. You can't do that. Do what? Be evil, it's illegal. I'm very certain it's not, Cleric. I should arrest you. Oh, why? Because you're evil. I'm sorry to say, Cleric, but I don't think you've got a legal reason for this supposed arrest. The devil is correct. You're conflicted. The devil is evil yet. He's clearly on the side of the city. He's your friend, yet he's evil. It's almost like your side is not infallible.
This guy is giving off Uncle Jack vibes.
That's the aim.
Yeah.
Alright then. Alrighty. How does the city handle gender swapping? Oh, like mirror gender potions. There was a huge debate about that a couple of years ago, in fact. I mean, part of it's just moral panic, but from the legal perspective, it's almost entirely just a question of polymorphic identity evasion. Polymorphic identity evasion. The illegal act of changing one's identity in order to circumnavigate governmental oversight, such as avoiding taxes, jail time, or other mandatory regulations. Basically, it's illegal to make yourself a new person if you're a citizen of most civilized coastal states. To avoid taxes? He laughs. That's one way to put it. Now, usually these days, it's not that big of an issue. Polymorph spells are expensive, and so all the potion varieties. But then in comes the potion of mask to femme. Easy. Quick to use. Permanent. Still expensive, but a couple of months' rent expensive, not like fortune expensive. You wouldn't believe how many bad boys try to escape jail time by sucking up their willies for a time. So the city stepped in and had a whole debate over it. Whole public outreach campaign and everything. In the end, they only made it mandatory to register if you used one. Oh, and they regulated which sorcerers could sell them. Officially, at least. And there's some discussion about that too, of course. Should the government be able to spy on you? Should you be forced to have a permanent record regarding your original body's existence or ancestry? So the dwarf, who's really wanted to be a halfling for some reason, be forced to have a mark on their official papers calling them a former dwarf until the end of their days? Or should we simply live and let live and allow people to shape whatever esoteric or physical realities they want to exist in? As a wizard, I support any magical and/or esoteric distortions of reality. The city should not impose itself upon the liberty of its people. Sounding like a true freestrider. Either way, it's an interesting question. Norvik views it in one way, some states more draconic. Some are more liberal. Anything else you wanted to ask? What would the law say about liches in Norvik? Gives you a thoughtful leer. Liches, eh? Yeah, there's some history there. Obviously, before the Bone Purge, there used to be a handful of liches hired to manage undead production facilities. That was, 15 years ago? After that, the undead, including liches, are not allowed on Norvikian's turf. But just between you and me, there is still undead hanging around, trust me. He knows well of Viscan. Yeah, might be the case. Possibly. Citizen. I love this guy. He gave me so much. Not definitely illegal legal advice. Holy shit! Look at that bird. A glorious seagull. I could attempt to steal from the bird. Maybe I could get it to give me it. I have no reason to cast Speak with Animals right now. You see a bird sitting on the halfway bridge ruins. It is large, its beady eyes staring out into nothing. Greetings, servant of the river. The bird does not appear to react to you. The giant seagull. You have a number of traumatic run-ins with them during your youth. These are not normally a danger to anyone. Speak with animals. Yes. As the spell activates, you suddenly watch as the bird lets out an annoyed grunt. Seagull time, Blue.
Oh. Okay. Oh, they get the Google. Oh, okay. What are you looking at, you dumb featherless walker?
That's rude.
Bink. The bird jolts and looks at you sideways. Who is this? Who is the one who speaks so bird-like yet does not carry wings?
I'm from the local government. We have some questions for you.
I am the holy boy. The bird lifts its neck up high.
A proud beast.
I am Faye, defensor of the coast. Okay. Servant of Saint E. You are no feather. Not enemy, lest you break the oath between our worlds. Or break.
Oath? What oath?
The oath of pieces. Your low status would not allow your upper men to divulge such information, of course.
I love this man.
It is oath that tells your people to allow us to take your offerings, sacrifices.
Oh, right. Offerings.
Holy offerings, he barks.
Squawks.
Yes!
The bird speaks like a bad politician who loves the sound of his own voice.
No, that is not true. Most untrue thing I've ever heard.
It's not true.
Not true. Fake news. Sacrifice your bagel to me. I am on a mission. I am on mission to watch the water. The Lord of Water demands information. I give it. After a long day of information gathering,
Who is Saint C?
the Holy See.
The Briard screams awfully loud.
I serve the Lord of Water of the Holy See. He roams the coast.
Do you live here?
No. I nest at the wreck. That is the Holy Sea's home base. You are not invited.
What are you voting in the election?
Its eyes light up. The Holy See! The bird yells calmly. It flaps its wings violently.
That's not an official party.
It should be.
What do you know about the tea shop explosion?
The what?
Big fire, over there. Point to the tea shop.
Ah, yes. It was the blue flames of death. The Lord of Water has spoken of it much. He knows. He knows that it is a sign of the end times. Yes.
God.
As the featherless burn upon the end of the ebbing tide, those who stay seated will scorch like the burning coast. A second coming of the featherless hubris. And the doorways will open once more. Yes. The bird clears its throat. The Holy See says so. I do not remember the rest. But it is something like the featherless court will rise, as long as the dice of the string master favors us.
That does not make much sense.
The Holy See is truth. Yes.
We have been commanded to hydrate. Probably a good idea.
I literally just ran out. I had to go get some more.
Can I meet with the Holy See?
No. Yes. Only feathered are permitted. Yes. His bird face gives an expression you swear could only describe as a smirk.
Thank you for your time.
The bird's regal tone fades. You're left with nothing but the sound of the Ascani wind.
Pet bird.
As you reach for it, the gull does not seem to react until
It snaps at your fingers.
I'm returning the one health from asking about the Holy See to me.
I want to keep petting the bird. Are you sure? This doesn't seem too smart. Do not anger the beast. It's calm, just sitting there. It has done nothing to you, and clearly wants to be left alone. Why do you deal with creatures like this? This is below you. Nod your head and leave. We have gained information.
Goodness.
If you want to go get a... Hold on. If you want to go get a drink in a second, you're more than welcome to. But I must ask this person what they're voting in the election to get my health back.
Oh, it's you?
Beware of this one. She's good at getting what she wants. What are you voting in the election?
I heard that there was an election going on. I'm lucky to have arrived at such an exciting time.
So, what are you voting?
I've only just arrived, were you?
God damn it. I could have got double heal.
Now, I have visited Norvik a few times before, but I do not believe that constitutes me as receiving a voting rights, does it?
But what if you did? What would you vote then?
That would be really funny if that gave you healing again, because that's technically asking again. I'd vote for the Ascalis, I think. I admire the spirit of cooperation I've seen between human and dwarf. Sometimes I wish more people in my homeland would share the same values.
We'll be sure to spread Esgalism far and wide once we win this election.
She gives you a kind smile. I like the sound of that, warrior.
That's all for now. Thank you, Merchant.
Bye, holy boy.
Yes! Finally! Touch the pillar. Place a hand upon the surface. A slight tingle spreads through your palm. This is a magical object. Something is there, deep within. Or someone. I have a feeling that you can meditate here. It will take some time, but it could prove invaluable. DC -1. You felt it. You hugged the pillar. I didn't do this last time, so... Shouldn't be a problem. No challenge. Shouldn't be a problem. Easy peasy. No trouble. It's got little things at the top. Interesting. You close your eyes. You shape your mind into an arrow, shooting it out towards the esoteric force. Find the rhythm to Jaw's realm. Hear his voice. The cold rock of the pillar turns warm in your palm. You've marked it with your spirit. Marked it? What? You're unsure, but you feel like there are many spots you need to investigate. Feel. Warm and deep. It goes deep down and far up. Open your eyes. Move on. You lift your hand from the surface and you are able to see normally once again. But you feel like you've learned something. You must keep looking. Soon the pillar's secrets will be revealed. You understand plainly there is more to this pillar you need to investigate. And in time, and further below. Finish up. That's the second one of those pillars we've touched. Wait. Yes! Tell me your secrets. Strange mushroom juice. What is strange mushroom juice? Fermented mushroom, often coven produced, must be decades old. The lump seems to move around slightly. Lovely. Grants a minor wisdom increase for a week. I'm so dumb. I didn't take the drink that gives me charisma increase for a week. I've been using it now. God damn it, I only did it by 1. In that case... that reduces my charisma, that's pointless. This would make my strength abysmally bad. It means I can drop this, but there's no point in doing anything else because I don't have any odd numbers otherwise. There you go. I'm going to hold the post instead. I did not go this way. Oh, no, I did. That's the Drunken Sphinx. Opens at 6. I could come there beforehand to try and figure out the big riddle. Well, I think we should pick up Snell, regardless.
Yeah, to do the riddle though, you have to be alone.
True, but I don't think I'll be doing that today. Oh, there's also... I could also jump down the well. That is also an option. I could also jump down the well. I have to do that alone. Snail won't let me.
I wonder why. How mean of him.
I have to go. Probably best to go in the evening when it's open. I could go. I've got the key. I don't have to. Good afternoon, cleric. Goblin gives you a questioning look. Ready to head out? Have Snail join the party? Yeah, more or less. The goblin collects his things, strapping a pouch on his hip, adjusting his jacket. As he finishes... what was that? As he finishes up, he says, by the way, yesterday with Darrow. Thanks. Doesn't make much of a difference to people like him, but seeing you stand up to Darrow like that, priceless. Everything is warm. I only did what was right. What an honourable cleric we picked up. Oh boy. Finally, now puts a pouch inside his inner jacket pocket. Oh, crowns. Seems like a fair amount. Alright, I'm ready. Snow has joined your party. Head out. Okay. I definitely think there is a way into that shop below. There was no point in us trying to go through the front door. That was a very difficult check. Oh, there is actually somewhere that I haven't been because I failed a check. I also haven't been over here because I wonder if... Oh, he's not there anymore. He's not there anymore. There was in the combat before there was a guy there. Maybe he's only there at a certain time of day. Do I want to do that and then come back? I think... I'm just going to save. How did I get there before? No, I went through the Lich House. Oh, the Lich House. With a Lich in it. This is not where I meant to turn up. Oops. How do I get to the Lich House from here? I'd have to go back through the Goblin Gardens. Time isn't passing too much, so I can probably do that and get back here without too much time passing, so that should be fine. I also... Could I interact with this last time? You approach the green door. An apartment in the halls like any other. Check who lives here. You glance to the mailbox. It says Simi. One of the Asgards. Nice guy. We have entered random houses. No. Let's not get distracted. I had an objective that I wanted to do. That's what I'm going to do. What about this one? R&A. I don't live here. Okay, cool. I can't enter there. No more distractions. What about this one? That's Snail's house. Cleric, you already know who lives here. It's me. But what if something's changed now? I'm sure you.
What if you moved house and you never told me?
Could be related to the case.
It's not. Cleric, I didn't burn down the tea shop.
Before you ask.
And I've already told you who I'm voting for in the election.
There was also... I also haven't eaten all these apples. But that heals me the first time. So I should come here when I only have a little bit of health lost. Also getting Speak to Dead to talk to that corpse in there would be good. Forgot this place has the foreboding music. Right. Yeah, we looked at this. Then I was going... Oh, I also haven't gone in here again. Okay. Because last time I couldn't go there, and then I've since been told I can get a smell of good apple from there. This was where I was last time, and I didn't get to explore. I didn't have Snail with me last time as well. Sounds ominous. Yep, floating things. You see a strange glowing torch a bit further down the hallway. Strange, something is wrong here. Careful. Real careful. Cleric? Hold on, Snail. I need to do something. Right, ominous. Yes, magically flowing torches. Check for traps? God damn it. You look down the hallway, real close. Then you look at the walls, and then the ground. Yes? And you don't see anything. Really? Yes. Yes as in I do something, see something, or yes as in I really don't see anything? You see nothing. The hallway is safe. No signs of trap floor tiles or holes with poison darts, or giant blades that swing down from the ceiling. This is just a normal hallway. Seriously, what are you doing? Nothing, Snail. Let's continue. Leave, maybe. Nope. No, I'm doing that check again. I'm gonna use my shards. That's better. You look down the hallway real close. Then you look at the walls, and then the ground. Wait, why is there no dirt on the ground? There is absolutely no dust or grime, or little rock pebbles on the ground here, right in front of me. Oh. And there's a bunch of floating stuff in the air in front of me. Stuff that looks like it's slowly being dissolved by some powerful agent. That is a bad sign. In fact, it really sounds like a perfectly straight line after which the dungeon floor is clean. It's clearly a cube! Drop back. Perfectly flat wall, perfectly translucent gel stands before you. The goblin stumbles backwards when he realizes what you're saying. Oh gods. That was close. Huh. There's a gelatinous cube here. I can't reach that from here. You look over to a glowing torch deep inside the gelatinous cube.
How's it burning?
Huh?
How's the torch burning?
It might be a glowing rock, not a burning torch.
Gotcha. Fair enough.
It just says glowing torch, so I'm not sure. But that's a good point. Hold on. It also says it here. Doesn't it feel like the torch has something to do with this weird gelatinous cube? So that may be a point. Gelatinous cube. Gelatinous cube. A mindless yet dangerous cubic ooze. They are nearly impossible to spot due to their translucent nature, and digest anything within their grasp with a horrendously acidic substance. They are common within dungeons, used as both guards and cleanup. Cube. Slang for gelatinous cube. What's up with that? It's a magic item. A torch built to burn forever. Oh, there you go.
There we go.
Could you get that torch now? No. Could you? Of course. What do you think I am? Weak? Let me rephrase. Could you do it without having your skin be dissolved by the gelatinous cube? Skin's overrated. Suppose you've got your armor instead. Have I even seen your skin? Let's change the subject. The goblin lets out a deep sigh and looks across the surface of the jelly monster. Cube's weird. They're usually way more aggressive. The fact that we can stand here no problem means something's way off. And I bet it's that torch. Can you use your magic to grab it? There are a handful of spells that could work here. A protective shield if you wish to fight through the acid. Or mage hand. A possibility. Everything needs mage hand.
And learn mage hand.
If I could find mage hand, then maybe that would work. If the gel wouldn't let it go through. Well, you'd have to find it then. And I thought you clerics knew basic cantrips like that. I mean, we've even got some goblins who know it. It's not rare. Trembling anger. So I'm admitting to you that I, in fact, do not know this basic cantrip, but I also make it clear that I will find it so we can proceed from here, yet you stand here complaining about it, and I know I shouldn't have it, I should have it, but I don't. The goblin is taken aback. Damn. I'm sorry, cleric. You made your point. He didn't mean to make you feel bad. No worries, I just got a little emotionally upset in a manly way. Right. Good. I do prefer manly expressions of emotions instead of manly expressions of violence. Same. He lifts his chin. Anyway, he rubs his temples. For now, let's just not do anything rash. Does it feel like that torch has something to do with this weird gelatinous cube? It does. Not sure what you'd do about it, though. If you're able to reach it, maybe you'd find out more. But that would require you to, go inside. Unless you were to locate Machan, perhaps you could find a copy of it somewhere upstairs. Could I actually reach the torch? The cube will let you walk into it. However, it will clamp onto you quickly, so you need to move as fast as you can before it decides to hold you tight. If you manage to move far enough whilst inside, then you could reach it. No. I need to get Mage Hand anyway. I will not do this foolish act. I am a sensible cleric. I've gone the wrong way. I am a sensible cleric. There's a snail. Hello, snail. Thank you for the incense. Mushrooms. Let's just take these mushrooms. Beware monsters. Charisma DC 12 success. This looks like some kind of rock you could stand on to gain attention. Okay, I could do that. Apparently I've got to run all the way around here. A central rock. This is a very weird pathfinding. So many of these guys. Thank you. Medusa. There's all statues. There's a rat. We're a central part of the great bracken tree of Trollstadt. Let's engage with this tree. Among the tangled mess of vines and mossy rocks, you see the thick roots of a bracken tree. They crack open the walls and ceilings of this half-dwarven, half-antisepalian chamber. It spreads like a 1,000-footed spider. The natural retaking the artificial. It is beautiful. Hello? The tree does not respond. Alas, I don't think it's got a mouth or a brain. I guess you could talk to it with some magic. Then again, I'm no expert. Touch the roots. They are soft on the surface, a layer of moss. Look beyond the roots. They are thick and create a vast, tight forest. However, there is something there. A space beyond the roots. So this is the bottom of the big tree. More or less. The roots go deeper. Much, much deeper. I don't know what this is. Minuan Sakas Puni. Oh, I was told this by Druid Lady. The roots slowly but ever so slightly widen, revealing the goods within. The cache has been revealed. Lord Pooh allows you to loot its cache now. How polite. Nod your head and stop speaking to the druid. The cache. of jaw, incense, and bark skin. I now have bark skin as a spell. Second level transmutation. Primal. Touch. Verbal somatic material, a handful of oak bark. Concentration up to 4 hours. For the duration, your skin has a rough bark-like appearance and your resistance to all damage. All damage is halved. That's a pretty good upgrade for bark skin. Behold the rat. A rat. It seems to want to fight you, high up from the top of this bush. I take the green rat. I now have green rat. I have lots of rats. I don't know why. The green rat, it appears very aggressive until you get close, at which point it gives up entirely and allows you to carry it around however you want. There's something about the rats. I will talk to the bugbear lady. I worry if I walk down here, there will be a trap. However, that's no reason not to walk down here. Big snail. Snail shell, it's blocking the way. Gigantic hail snail. Hail snail, a small icy mollusk spread its esoteric weather events, often wreak havoc on crops and roofs alike. The air itself grows freezing cold as you head deeper into the tunnel until you find the passage blocked by a spiral shell. It's a massive unit of a hail snail. It fills the entire eastern passage. Holy hells. That's one thick snail. Don't be rude. He's just a little bored. Nothing wrong with that. The hail snail moves its thick head, the blue eye stalks focusing on you. Probably. Speak with animals? No. Have you ever seen a snail like this before, Snail? Gesture with your arms to emphasize the humongous nature of this creature. I mean, yeah. The goblin watches up to it and looks up and down. He looks almost proud. The big guy's been here for months. Last time I was here, he was facing slightly to the left. Moving closer, you do see that the snail is moving. Maybe 10 degrees, or 5. Not very fast. The frozen mucus slowly melting around it indicates a pattern. Yes, it's attempting to rotate. By hail snail standards, very, very slow. It'll be done by next year probably, then it'll head straight out of the tunnel in another 1 or 2. So now isn't this creature blocking your goblin operation in some way? At first, yeah, Sage Leaf had plans of cleaning up the roots and establishing a mushroom farm across the south and east tunnels. But the prospect of dealing with that kind of cleanup duty wasn't exactly something people were excited by, so when this big boy fell out of a crack last year, the whole thing got postponed. And lots of halfway people were very, very fine with it. He points back through the tunnel. And ever since, we've only had to deal with the invasion from the south tunnels. Oh, so this leads to the east tunnels? Yep. I wanted to go to the east tunnels. Are you saying that only because you can't go there? Yes. Trust me, everything east of here is shit. The east tunnels just lead to a bunch of dangerous, trap-filled spiral holes leading to the shifting falls and then the water temple. Technically, there's some routes that lead to the lower palace as well, but if you want to go there, you're better off taking the upper paths. Shifting falls, a deep, cavernous part of the city below, found underneath the eastern districts of Norvik. It stretches far down all the way to the gravity flip, and is the only discovered part of the city below to do so, known for its magical waterfall and hanging architecture. I'm already excited for it. You don't have to try and sell it to me, Snail. The goblin just looks at you, his gaze giving a type of neutral, dissociated look. Basically, this snail halved our work down here is what I'm trying to say. He turns to the creature and yells, "So take your time, will ya? All the time in the world." I want to pet the hail snail. Why? That would be very cold. A lovely sentiment, but it could hurt you quite a lot. Frostbite is no joke. You could probably make a joke about frostbite if you tried hard enough. People have lost limbs to it. Fingers, noses, even toes. It is not a joke. Oh, I got one. What do you call the guy who lost his toes to frostbite? No, don't. Come on, don't be boring. Seriously, don't. Fine, you'll never hear the punchline then. Good. One less mean joke in the world. Yeah, I still want to pet the snail. The esoteric frost will damage you. Oh, come on, though. I want to pet the snail. Pet the hell snail. You reach forth and place a gloved hand upon the teal mucus-covered shell. It is hard and the air is freezing cold. Your hand begins to burn. Pull back your hand. Ouch! Do you have to touch everything? I figured it was clear by the bone-frigid temperature that it would be really stupid to pet a magical ice snail, but that's just me. A deep circling emanates through the eastern tunnel. The hail snail speaks. Oh, is that what they sound like? Rub your frozen hand. By the gods, yeah, don't get him angry. We like this guy. The snail is not angry, not... Those clickings. They are a happy noise. Good luck, snail. Well, we made the snail happy, even if it cost us our health. And you know what I say to that? Worth it.
All you have to do is ask someone with their political views and it'll be fine.
This wizard, you can find something interesting upon its petrified statue. Behold, a petrified bow. I want that bow. What use would that be to me? A bow wielded by some great adventurer centuries ago. Unfortunately, that adventure ended up at the gaze of a basilisk. The bow is 100% esoteric rock. +1 dex, +1 con. If I dropped this and equipped this, that gives me... That does up my dex. Really doesn't up my con much. Leaves my wisdom low. Nope, we go for cursed mace. There is something interesting about this petrified wizard. I walk straight into his face. A figure stands before you, frozen in stone, completely petrified. Their arms are raised defensively, hands covering their face. A posture of pure terror. Basilisk fist him. Nasty way to go. Basilisk, not Medusa. Why do you guys just have these statues in the area? We don't make the rules, cleric. The old lady would love to clean these up, but there are laws against it. This is designated as a dungeon area. Not as in the jail type dungeon, but as in dangerous monster territory. So if we find petrified victims, no matter how old, we're not allowed to even touch them. Only clerics can do that. Ah, and we don't have clerics or spells powerful enough to reverse basilisk wisdoms. That seems to be the case, eh? Anyway, try not to break this poor sod. Examine the figure. The details are perfectly preserved in stone. Every fold of fabric, every strand of hair. Petrification captures everything in the moment of death. Look at their robes. Ornate robes with arcane embroidery. A wizard. Their style is old. Decades, maybe longer. From the arcane era by the look of it. Look closer at the cloak. Interesting. There is a rectangular shape pressed against their chest. A book clutched beneath the robes. It's been turned to stone along with its wielder. Try to see the book more clearly. You peer between the stone folds of fabric. One page is partially visible. The text upon it is still somewhat legible. Stone does not completely obscure ink if the pressure was hard enough. Lean in. The handwriting is cramped, a wizard's notes. Most of the page is obscured by the angle in the stone, but one phrase stands out clearly, written in bold lettering at the top. Master Haggenshags, I will learn. A formal phrase like a student's oath. Or passphrase. Haggenshags. That is the name of one of the greatest houses of arcanists in Old Dominion. You commit it to memory. Somewhat interesting, I suppose. Random piece of information. Stepping in front of the petrified person statue, you get a sudden sense of paranoia, as if someone is listening in. Oh, do you want to do a voice?
Oh, yeah, I can do a voice. A tiny voice. It's difficult not to. Oh, is that actually what there is quotation marks? I thought they were quotation marks.
Oh, get a sudden sense of paranoia as if someone is listening in. It's not in quotation marks, that's true.
Oh. It's difficult not to! You're very loud! My quotation marks are just very small! Hey, buddy! By the nose!
That voice must be some kind of telepathy. Find the source. Who said that?
Gah! Stop thinking so loud, it's giving me a headache!
Your eyes land upon the nose of the stone statue. At the very tip, you see something. Something tiny and unremarkable. A simple ant.
Remarkable? We might be tiny, but justice, we've got a bite.
Are you inside my head?
Duh. We are one of many. Freaking great to meet you, buddy.
Smash it. Good luck with the stream, but please don't strain your voice too much. I'm heading to bed. No worries, Cedron. Have a good sleep. An esoteric ant.
You can call us One. We didn't really use that. I used to have a name, since we're a hive mind. So One will do for now.
Right. Good to meet you, One.
Yeah, good to meet you too.
The goblin stares at you, then stares at the statue. You having a moment or something? Point at this now. Explain this to my companion so he doesn't think I'm crazy, please.
Right. You're a goblin?
Snell perks up and looks around. Psychic
Goblin, these nuts!
Point at the statue's nose. Oh. Gets ready to smash it. Oh, you cut out then when you screamed in.
They have been smashed. No, Rex! Alone. And it's just, we just need to ask for a favor.
The goblin stops. Do you know how much trouble you Ukrainian ants have caused us? We had to hire a specialist just to get you to leave.
Yeah, it was a whole thing. But we let you One. So let bygones be bygones. As they say.
He stares up at the ant for a few seconds. Then he frowns. Fuck it, sure. As long as you guys don't return, then fine. What do you want?
We need your help. We were driven from the area long ago, but we left... we left me behind.
You mean I?
Identity thing is real new to me. I've never been disconnected from the hive for this long before. It's really difficult.
You don't want to be an individual? I think it's pretty great.
I haven't really thought about it too much. But sincerely, this just sounds like a thing for you non-hivers. But if you help me out, how about we give you something in return.
This sounds like a quest.
Um,
I like quests.
okay, sure, it's a quest. We know the location of a secret stash. It's buried in the undergrowth path, like below this place.
Below the city below?
Right below it.
That's low.
Sure is. The undercoast path is, well, it leads all the way down to the undercoast. Right past the gravity flip. Although, you won't need to go that far down. It's too dangerous for someone like you anyhow.
Single cranium is not dangerous. The psionic strength is counted en masse. 1,000 of these are required to do anything beyond normal ant-sized power moves. You must help this creature. It is asking for your help, and it would really not be that much of a hassle. Be nice. Carry the ant. I will get you to your brothers, my friend. Pick up the ant.
Yay! You're a real cool guy, buddy. I'll be sure to remember you as one of the good ones. Once I get back, we'll kill you last.
Alright, so... questioning time. You should go down below to the undercoast path and then talk to the ant. Just pick him out of your pocket when it's time, or something like that. Thanks. Put the ant in your pocket and leave.
I can hear your inner thoughts. You're a schizo.
A psychic ant, a type of aberration creature that you really don't have the expertise to deal with. Psionics is a whole nother bag. That, you can say that again. But he's polite enough, so let's see if we can help the guy out. Though his psionic presence does cause your muscles to atrophy for some strange reason. -2 strength. He's listening in on everything. South Cave. Beware monsters. But exploration. Not the tea shop, though. But exploration. Let's see if we can behold anything else from Morgause. We can. I will go from the beginning, just in case you didn't see this the other time. Bugbear, level 3 fighter. A brute, a beast, and a warrior. She could break you easily. Loyalty is a fickle thing. Hers lies with the halfways for sake of coin and shelter, but also something else. Something more ethereal. Ogres, hobgoblins, ettins, trolls. The bugbear stands amongst them all as the charge of the Ascani winds. You've heard of their kind finding a place within civilized society, as mercenaries and guards. Morgause is a cliché. Well, I think we should run ads, and then we'll talk to Morgause after this. So I will be back in a little bit. We are back. We'll be going on for a little bit longer, probably until next ad break, and then we'll probably call it. Yes, they had good apple. Also, apparently apple wood shield. That could be handy. I did have I did briefly talk to them before, so I did have them voiced. You can voice them if you want.
No, if you have a voice for them, you have a voice for them. I wouldn't want to get in the way of you and your love interest.
I mean, that's been every woman, so...
I thought you had a particular thing for this.
Helmed mankind. I have some questions about the day of the tea shop explosion. I felt a slight rumble in the earth. I was down here, guarding the roots. So, nothing too out of the ordinary? Nothing I have to tell you, human. There's a dwarf that says you won't let him pass here. A dark dwarf? Yes. He asked for access to the south tunnels. He is not permitted. Why not? The lady does not permit it. Lady Sageleaf does not allow looters on her grounds. Only official expeditions. Am I an official expedition? She glances at Snail, who shrugs. More or less. She frowns. If you go into the south tunnels, beware of monsters. They crawl in from below, infesting the caverns. We clean them out every other week, but they return often. Isn't the Pest Control Guild supposed to take care of that kind of stuff? She lets out a deep laugh. Pest control? Those pussies won't step below the lower, especially on Tolstead. Bunch of weaklings looking for easy payouts. If we can't deal with it ourselves, we hire outside muscle, but not the PCG. Historically, the PCG have trouble dealing with the massive amount of requests of monsters and esoteric things calling through Norvik. You've heard many tales of the pest controllers in your days. The pest control guilds work closely with the clerics whenever they need heavy muscle. Back in the day, retired clerics would often gravitate towards the PCG. But these days, most clerics don't want to get their hands dirty in that sort of way. Dangerous work. Stay away from it. What kind of monsters? All kinds. Anything that crawls through the cracks of the city below. Hello, bee. All kinds. Tell me more. Last month we killed a hook horror. It was a great hunt. Before that, a bunch of giant spiders, a grey ooze. Last year we had to get a specialist to deal with a hive of cranium ants. They negotiated for days. The worst was probably the gricks. I hate those things, but I'm sad to say we have not had to deal with a bullet yet. Bullet? The land shark predator. They burrow through the earth with intense speeds. They have been known to invade Novakian streets at times, though many live in the process. Taking many lives in the process. Reading is hard. Do not think these land sharks enjoy tunneling here, but there have been reports of a few of them moving closer to settlements in the last year, over in Verdun. I want to skin one of those things one day. That'll be pleasurable. Cool. She grins. Have you seen a man in yellow pass by here? She grunts. Is that a yes? I did. Are you looking for this man? Yeah, well, clearly. The bugbear shows you a deep frown and says, if you see him, stick him a knife through his heart for me. Wait, why? Saw him approaching from the pillar chamber, told him to step away from halfway tough. But the bastard cast a spell on me. You failed to resist, so that's on you. That handsome, huh? That's awful. No, I was weak. I saw him approaching. He wore an ugly yellow robe. Then he said a few words and I suddenly happily allowed him to pass. Charm of some kind. I was helpless, like a kitten. Gods, I hate kittens. Run away from her, before it's too late. You hate kittens? Yes. Any child beast, really. They were too weak to survive on their own. That is a disgusting feature of adolescence. This chick is crazy. What else can you tell me about him? He had slightly darker skin, unlike most pale humans in Norvik. Carried a backpack and several things. Tools. That's not very specific. You want wordy? Go ask a poet. I'll avenge your honor. I swear. Okay. Do what you want, I do not care. She actually kind of does. In which direction did he go? Through the south caves. She points towards the damp tunnel down the slope. I warned him about the monsters as he walked away. Because of that darn spell. I would have hoped for him to have been dinner for some hook horror or dark mantle, but the bastard turned invisible as he entered the tunnel. I hate wizards. Same. Can't stand those nerds. The bugbear lets out a grunt. Clearly signaling she's done with this part of the conversation. Can I have that spell scroll you've got? No, of course not. Got this as a gift. Can't just give it away. From Nissan, right? She told me I should tell you to give it to me. Oh, okay then. There was great respect for the elven druid. Okay. What's it like working for the HWPT? They're good. Lady Sageleaf is a great leader. Her power is overwhelming. Don't particularly want to cause a insurrection, and I feel like this just might get me hit. You look a lot stronger than her, though. I am not. Do not even imply that, human. She looks away for a moment. The beginning of a life here. A purpose. While I do not enjoy living among your kind, the goblins are a fine people. Thanks. Not you in particular, Weasel. Weasel? I don't think I deserve to be called that. It's a pretty good nickname. Fuck off. The bugbear chortles. So you guard primarily? Yes. I do tend to some gardening duty as well. Keep the dampness to an appropriate level, and communing with Lord Pooh when the Dark Elf requires it. The druid, has she taught you magic? No. The sand has shown me tricks. I've no interest in magic, and its foul nature. You got a green thumb, eh? No, but I serve well nonetheless. You get to fight a lot of monsters down here? Yes. They often break into the upper city below. It is mostly minor monsters, sometimes a large one. At times undead. Fought a ghoul last month. Easy kill, not too interesting. It's my great pleasure to best a dangerous foe. Her smile is horrific and bright. I've got some other questions. Of course you do. You look like a great warrior and woman. Attempt to flirt. I do not look like it, human. I am. I agree. Like, a lot. A lot. What are you attempting here? She laughs mockingly. Some time of courtship. You are a fool. Prove yourself worthy and I might look your way, you buffoon. Okay, I'll do that. Yeah, good luck. She scoffs. In a way, that makes you shiver. Nod your head and leave. Well, I feel like following... Wait, hold on. He said to the... He went this way? Snail's in the way. Or maybe he went the other way, where the dangerous monsters are. I presume that they probably meant this way. Sure, let's go. It'll be fine, I'm sure. Divine Error Mural. Tall stone mural stands before you. White main craftsmanship. 3 serpentine figures carved and painted into the surface, each coiled and entwined with the other. Step closer. The colours are faint, but still, there are greens, reds, and yellows. The artistry is breathtaking. A tingle. This is connected. The city. The wall. Listen. Try to listen to the wall. You tense your body. The gut. Squeezed. Your ears align. Speak with the wall. That was lucky. You sense it. The crack in the wall. Once more, that voice carries through, faint and hoarse. Deep within and without. Ah, time for this again. Great. Is it Chauncey again? Yes. The voice in the wall is monotone and brittle. as if it could snap you at any point. Why do I keep talking with you? Do you live in every wall in the city? No. What are you? Nothing. I remember you saying something like that before. Anyway. No answer. Do you have something to tell me? Yes. Oh, do you? Yes. There is one thing to say. Wait. There was no response from your waiting. What kind of thing? A message. Please tell me what you have to say. Feel a little annoyed. The crack fades. You must go deeper. Deeper than the city below? Deep. On the overlook, where the bane of my people watches over the great flip. There she has asked for you. She is in Imestra? Yes. Where exactly? The Bane. Below. Alright, good. Just need to make sure I heard you the first time. By the flip. On the overlook. Does this overlook happen to be another wall? Yes. So I need to go talk with another wall. Yes. You're obviously already proficient at it, so might as well. Okay, I'll go find Amestra. Give the wall a pat. Okay. The crack disappears as quickly and esoterically as it came to. Then, silence. I'm not sure what kind of strange derailment this is or how it's connected in any way with the tea shop, but fuck it. I'm actually kind of intrigued now, so let's see if we can find this lady in the wall. Well, slightly distracting, honestly. Let's do it. Whoever this Semestra lady is, she'll probably have some pretty nifty secrets down there. Conversations with walls have never been so productive. Time to go find the next wall in this wall-talking quest of mine. We talked to a wall. Fantastic. I definitely don't think we're going to find any monsters down here. Beware the crunch. Uh-oh. Please don't step on the literal human skulls. Strange markings cover the cave walls, painted in faded pigments. Humanoid figures. Simple. Primitive. Red and white against the dark stone. Multiple figures depicted across several surfaces. Examine the paintings. You step closer to inspect them. The style is unsettling. Crude stick figures with circular heads. Arms spread wide. Count the figures. You scan across the wall. 3 distinct figures, each a unique design. These look human. They do. Humanoid, at least. 2 arms, 2 legs, round head. But the style was too simple to determine species. Snell, your people ever make art like this? Goblins? He laughs. We weren't even on this continent when these were made. My guess would be pre-fade, maybe? Analyze the painting's age and origins. Apparently I will. You study the figures carefully. The pigments, the style, the preservation. It's not white mane, nor snailfolk in origin. These paintings predate all of them. Before the snailfolk? Yes. Before the Fade era, at the earliest, these should be dated to the early gate walls, long before recorded human history. They do look quite alien. What are those creatures supposed to even be? They could be depictions of the forgotten Beast of Jaw. Beasts of Jaw, term for those creatures invited by Jaw during the Gate era. Essentially a term for all the extremely old and ancient creatures across the coast. A folk type or higher being connected with Jaw. Though the less exciting answer would be, these people were rare aberrations depicted by whatever people inhabited Ascan before the Toulon cattle. I choose to believe that these are super interesting alien artwork that just happened to be left here below the city. Right. Put away your sketches and leave. Let's save again. Before I inevitably die. There's something other than regular corpse dust in this one. Bone dust. There's something there. A hat. Strange. Fancy hat. +1 dexterity, -1 strength. A yellow hat. You grab the smooth fabric. Yeah, this is like 1,000 crowns worth of esoteric cloth. Whoever dropped this is either rich as shit or had to run away from something real dangerous. Your companion looks around and be desperate, rolling down his brow. Frank must have gone through here. Keep an eye open. It is yours now. Pocket the hat. I just wandered away into the tea shop. What's to bet that's a zombie? A headless corpse. Looks like some type of rogue. Esoteric lockpick. +2 dexterity. Makes easy work of any lockpicking job. The dungeon continues far into the west part of Tolstad. I guess I can't go that way. That's fair. Some things. Clearly. Oh. You see it. It's a damn monster. To your right. Your gut. It falters. Mm-hmm. The goblin jolts to the side. Cleric, there's... Huh.
Ooh.
Oh no. Roll initiative. It's a roper. One of those stalagmites has sprouted a particularly nasty-looking maw. How did I not notice that thing? The monster? Run! Once you get control of your muscles again, that is. That thing it was perfectly hidden. Now you're at its mercy. Is there really nothing I can do here? Pray. Waste of time. Try screaming instead. Huh? Be surprised. What? Flung around the shadows of the cavern comes a long tendril. It flies towards you like a ballista firing a long, fleshy snake. Don't word it like that. In an instant, it's wrapped around... Huh? Your everything. Yep. It's definitely wrapped around my everything. Damn it. It tightens its grip and flails you around. Your ankle is crushed. The pain is excruciating.
Every time you take damage, I just imagine going, Roper! What are you voting in the election?
Voting in the election. Scream and wiggle. But then the tentacle pulls back, dragging you, flinging you against rock and rock. Curate. Yes, I will pass this. I can do that out of turn order, I guess. Grab something, don't let it... The roper has you, its tendrils fastened like a locked jaw around your entire leg, as it attempts to pull you towards its maw. You're a fish, on the hook, time to be eaten. An ambush? The goblin attempts to spring into action, but he's just too late. Your prey. No way, you're not getting anywhere near that maw. Sliver like your life depends on it, because it does. There is still a chance, find an opportunity. You're feeling sick. Oh god, oh gods, oh gods, oh gods. Break free, sliver. I think sliver is the best option here. Oh, it's a woman. I got the Lady Fair proficiency bonus. You spasm harder. Each loosens the grip of the beast. Following the violent flinging, you kick and flail and rotate and dance like a beautiful dance imitating a fish on land. Great smile. Great simile, not smile. Shut up. With a final violent limb toss, the tentacle actually loosens quite a bit. That should make it easier? The tendril pulls you closer, but it clearly finds you difficult with all this struggle, so it slams you into the ground for 9 HP loss. Bones broken. Loosely dangling. If you don't have anything good to say nothing, okay? Shit. Your companion rushes into action, taking out a sling. Try to grab something. Grab what? The ground, I don't know. He takes a swing and fires off a bullet in its direction, striking right across its center of mass. But the bullet just bounces off, and it lets out a horrendous hiss. Balls! It grips even harder. This is it. DC 4, last try, break free. I have slivered. And Snell is really trying to save us, so we have advantage. With a deep animalistic groan, you push yourself to the limit. Your body in a fight against this rubbery appendix of despair. No more. Break loose, for real. You get a hold of it, and it slithers around your leg, and you rip it to shreds. The beast shrieks as if its tentacle is left broken by your incredible display of power. You are free. One last breath. The beast lunges forward way further than you expected. Its maw brushes up against you and bites down. Death saving throws.
What?
It goes right through your chainmail. A deep wound, gushing blood. Cleric shit. I'm okay. Come on, Snail, he whispers to himself and lines up a shot. Just like target practice. With a snap, he launches the bullet. It hit the beast right in the eye. Yes! Take that, you piece of shit! It roars and is bleeding from its central eye, but it is still standing. Now just angered. Maybe a little sad. Just one more shot. Keep it distracted. This is the end. The beast will be felled. I need a natural 20, probably. You swing, and you hit right on the roper's rock-hard hide. You hear a crack coming from your fists. Natural 20 death saving throw. Get fucked. Like punching a boulder. A monstrous boulder. You're holding your breath. The horrible creature stumbles forward, its maw widening, and it chomps on your flesh. Natural 20 death saving throw. Get fucked. Snail, kill it. On it. Snail gives you a nod as he twirls one last bullet with his sling. With a loud snap, he fires it. The echo dances around the cavern, ringing in your ears along with its horrific screeching of the roper, as the bullet hit it straight in the large, unblinking eye. Gotcha!
That eye is definitely blinking.
It shrieks and pulls back, the terrible noise disappearing into the abyss. Tentacles writhing, the roper blindly flees. In its panic, it runs right over the edge. Does it? Okay. Begin breathing again. This has just come out, so they probably didn't get that bit here. You fill your lungs with air. Your knees are weak. The goblin leans on his knees and groans. That was tight, but well done. I'm a hero of the city below. Leap proudly. Now I'm dying.
Only 1 level of exhaustion from that?
Yep. I think it's probably because I rolled those natural 20s.
Yep.
Let's cast Cure Wounds. Hell yeah.
I know who I'm voting for in the elections.
I'm confident in my choice for the election. Therefore, I will not worry. Surely I must go this way. I saw that way, but that was blocking me from going this way, so I want to go this way. Who put these barrels here? Another one-way door. Stuff and things. The sewers. Well, I want to see what was in that other room. So I'm going back over there. Trying to look for a good cliffhanger point. Did I save again? I'm going to save again just because I'm paranoid. I think I did save after I covered. Yeah, no. So this is clearly known to the city because they've got the weird orb things flying above. Unless they're like ancient flying orbs. Leaves. Left to dry for a long time. A grand engraving of the divine era. Among the fallen and the broken of an ancient world lies among them a single structure. A monument to a forgotten power. At the top, a cracked lion's head glares at you. A one-eyed lion with a single dark and empty socket. It is a shrine, isn't it? Shrine to what god? One lost to time. Does it work? You may prepare spells here, yes. Somehow. Shrines like this often hold a latent connection to Jaws' strings. If you can do it at the shrine of one dead god, why not another? Seen anything like this now? Sure. Looks like a normal cat thing. There's a ton of them all over the city if you know where to look. Are you some type of cat expert? No. He speaks truth. Hard to tell exactly what's going on here due to the rubble and the dust. You could try investigating it more closely, but remember, the White Mains are famous for their traps, so be careful. Take a step closer. You look over the front of the shrine, seeing traces of markings on the surface. I don't remember who that guy was. Axel. Oh, that's the guy that's exploring the ruins that asked us to look at this, and because he wouldn't get past. Yeah, that's right. You dust off the front of the statue, of the shrine. Then the sides of the shrine. It's faint, but there is some type of symbol on it. It's difficult to tell what's a weathered scratch and what's a creative choice. Look closer. Yes. A symbol. Symbol of a sun, definitely. If this is what Azkar wanted you to find, you found it. Huh. So what do I do now? Get back to your dwarf buddy, of course. Yes. Tell Azkar about the symbol. He would be grateful for the information. Very grateful. Like, get a nice little payday grateful. You find what you're looking for? Or maybe I'll just be happy that he's happy, we'll all be happy together. That sounds lovely. I like the sound of that. I want a payday too. Who doesn't? Yep. Great. Happy for you. His tone of voice indicates, please, can we leave this scary ruin now? I should get back to Azkal then, to those other ruins. Man, there's a lot of ruins down here. Yes, you should, right away. What's the light from the ceiling? It's an illusion. Do not mind it. It's absolutely not the sun. Glancing upwards reveals that rays to be nothing but a magical tingle on your eyes. There is no esoteric pocket, but it most likely once was. Investigate the shrine. Never published. Except when I nearly died. Your gloved hand glides over the markings on the front of the shrine. There's something there, inside the stone, and it's text. Tracing your fingers, you realize something is written, faintly scrubbed down over centuries into the surface of the shrine. It says, El Ojo Rojo Vigala Tus Logros. You take a step back and mumble it to yourself. The red eye watches over you. Does that mean anything? Probably. They wouldn't just wipe that down on the shrine for no reason. They honestly might have, but who knows. You glance upwards at the lion's head. The eye socket. Perfectly sized for a gemstone. This is obviously a secret you would be able to trigger in case you insert the correct gemstone. Look at the eye socket. The stony lion's head glares at you with that one sunken, dark eye. Do I need to insert a gemstone here? Yes, either a ruby or a jacinth? Jacinth would be a rather practical guess. These barbaric civilizations, if you can call them that, were all the same. Shiny rocks and mysterious temples used as esoteric triggers. I need to find one then. Indeed. Poke your finger in the hole. You do so, sticking it in. First an inch, then 2, then your whole index finger. This is a great way to lose a body part. There are many tales of dark voids that consume any inserted limbs. Take out your finger and hope it remains attached. No, wiggle it around. You do so. For some reason, nothing happens. You feel the inside of the lion's head. It appears hollow. The goblin stares at you, a questioning expression. Take out your finger and hope it remains attached to your hand. Slowly, pulling out, your index luckily remains. Phew! Done checking out the eye socket. But something is missing. Perhaps. Nod your head. Do I want to prepare any other spells? I very much could. Something like comprehend languages could be very good in a ruin area. You know what? Why not? Let's prepare some other spells. I've yet to use Bless at all, even though I very much could have. Let's remember to use that. And not be dumb.
But if you use it then you won't have it for later.
We'll see if anything interesting happens in the next 25. If not, I will call it in a little bit.
Alright.
There's a potion of healing among these empty bottles. Thank God. I love potions of healing. They help me when I'm dying. Where was that potion of healing? Oh, I've got 2. Plus 2d4. Plus 2 HP. Nope, can't walk into the water. You never know. This does look like a battle map, like in terms of design of the, like I can imagine seeing this in D&D on like a specific, very fancy VTT with a moving, like the style of it definitely feels like a D&D battle map. Do you know what I mean? Blue?
Huh?
Do you know what I mean? This looks like a D&D battle map. Like the actual style of the actual drawing and everything.
Yeah. Yes, it does.
So much food. Oh, a big wibbly blue thing. A grill and some crates. HWBTs plus esoteric stove. At the end of the sewer path, you encounter a stove. Around it sit some crates and what looks like a ragged beggar. Well, this is a camp. There's also a crocodile just going down the river. Who camps in the sewers? Got ourselves a big sewer right here. Big enough to camp and clean. The goblin looks around at the dark, damp tunnel. I don't like this one bit. Feel the stove. It's not entirely cold. Recent, huh? Is it normal to camp in a place like this? No, cleric. Norvik sewers are notoriously dangerous. No sane person would rest here or survive. Look around. Some rats going around in the corners, nothing else. DC 19 wisdom failure. That tells them. Something could have been seen. What are these crates? Leaning in, you see symbols hatched into the corners of the wood. HWBT. Huh. The goblin inspects them as well. We've had shipments go missing on Water Lane in periods. Now I know where they end up. He taps the crate. Spices. Potatoes. Yes, it's food crates. Food. Just food. Over time, it's been a lot. Yes, these crates hold food. Why food? Glance reveals most are empty. Whoever is down here is clearly siphoning off resources from the halfway bridge tribe. Why food in the sewers? A foolish question. Obviously there is a hideout, and this is a hideout of some kind. I've been trying to nail this thief for a while. Figured it was some organised thing. And considering the size of this hall, it's gotta be. And you never thought to check the sewers? Of course not. It's not even connected to Water Lane, except for the water flow, and that's... He stops and squints at the water. Those motherfuckers. You see what they're doing? I have a feeling you're going to tell me. They've been dumping crates into the water flow, then catching them down here. Probably with a net or something. The goblin glances around the tunnel. Diabolical. I'd be impressed if it wasn't my job to keep track of this shit. A hunter. Why food? You know, I've been asking myself that very same question. And I could never quite figure it out, but look. The goblin shoves the loose lid of a crate, revealing an empty inside. Could they be shipping it to someplace else? Doesn't look like it. Whatever they're doing, it's being eaten here. The goblin shudders. Comes creeping. Oh! Okay, that wasn't just a crocodile I saw earlier. Hold on, you guys can't see this on stream. There we go. I will move so you can. There is a crocodile, man. Can I turn around to deal with crocodile man? This is making me hungry. Really? You? He's calling you spindly and weak or something. Why do you act surprised? I'm a human who eats food. That's normal. I'm normal, Snell. Look normal. You do not. No, it's just... I haven't seen you eating anything but apples, I think. Apples are food. I'm aware. But look, I just assumed you weren't the type to get hungry. This is not the time. Of course I do. I'm normal. Yep, totally normal. The most normal. Top normie. Right behind... Constitution, please. Do something. So what do you propose? Should we keep guard and see if they come back? Possibly. We could also go get some backup. I know we're on the tea shop mission, but... Quest. What? The tea shop quest. Right. Anyway. This is kind of a big deal for the halfways. Lady Sageleaf will be happy to finally get this fallen gun down. We should go get backup. Yeah, probably for the best. Somehow I had the feeling that whatever is eating all of this won't be too happy about us finding that stash. Your very flesh. Your companion gasps for air as he glances back. You watch as his entire being suddenly leaves his corporeal body. For instance, he is not a goblin. He is a ghost.
Raid hungers.
Turnabout. The goblin is already on the move, his sling loaded, spinning, aiming.
To see hunt come to Kraid. How good.
What is that?
You watch the hulking mass of flesh and wet scales rising from the shadows of the sewers. It towers over you, its gaping maw widened into what could be construed as a mocking smirk.
Roll initiative.
Who are you voting for in the election?
Oh, bless your soul. Snell's sling creates an incredible sound echoing down the tunnel. He lets his stone fly in a powerful blast.
Oh, sorry, I missed it. The projectile hits the monster right on the neck, causing him to let out an angry growl.
It's not clicking continue, and then it's coming up with different colours. Interesting.
As if playfully toying with his food. As if the playful toying with his food is suddenly over. The croc-like creature lunges forward. Silent and focused, it reaches your face and entire body, enveloping you in its maw. Then it bites down.
Ow! Managed to squirm around out of its grip before it rips your being into shreds. Blood is loss. You can't let that happen again. Shit. What? Bow down before it's too late. There's not much time, but if there's any chance to de-escalate, do it now. This is a tactic. It can talk. Bow your head. My life is yours, beast. No.
It stares at you with cold, blank eyes. Okay. Yet it does not strike.
Soulless. Predatory. A beast who's developed consciousness but lives without care for others. Fascinating. The goblin hesitates.
Inches away, the croc creature makes a deep growling sound.
It sounds annoyed.
No hunt, no struggle.
A frustrated shriek.
Fight, struggle like rabbit. He gives you a shove with his claws.
The goblin sends a quick glance between the two of you. He's unsure if he should strike again or see if there's some strange peace to be found here. Stop attacking me, citizen!
Crad is not citizen. Crad hunts.
Well, I don't want to be hunted, so stop!
Crad is bored. You are cleric, no?
The goblin takes a deep breath. Then he hisses at you under his breath. Do not push your luck. I am the cleric, yes. Get it right? No, I'm not going to say get it right. I was for that, but no. Yes, you know me?
Do not be trouble. And Kraid will not be trouble. The beast lumbers over to the encampment. You look on, taking deep breaths, or heavy breaths.
Snow leans on his knees. He appears to be shaking. Adrenaline running out. Weak knees. Dizzy skull.
Kraid sits on a crate, in front of a little stovetop. Hunt is done for daytime. Now is rest and cooking.
What in the world have you stumbled onto here? Gulp and approaches the camp. These are the sewers below Water Lane. I think with that we will leave it and we will talk to Crowd next time.